The story you are about to read is a work of fiction, inspired by the global fame of two football legends. It is not a real event, but a moral tale about pride, humility, and the true meaning of greatness. The sun was slowly sinking into the horizon, painting the American beach in shades of gold and orange. The waves whispered softly as they touched the shore, and the world felt calm, almost paused. Away from the noise of cameras, stadiums, and roaring fans, Cristiano Ronaldo sat barefoot on the sand with his young son. There were no luxury chairs, no security guards hovering close, no flashing lights. Just a father, a child, and a quiet moment stolen from a demanding world. Ronaldo scooped up wet sand with his strong hands, shaping it carefully. His son watched with bright eyes, giggling every time the little structure collapsed. Together, they were building a small sand car. It wasn't perfect. The wheels were uneven, the body slightly crooked, but to the child, it was beautiful. Ronaldo smiled, not the confident, victorious smile seen after scoring a goal, but a softer one, filled with warmth and patience. "Papa, it's fast," his son said, pushing the sand car gently. "Yes," Ronaldo replied, nodding. "The fastest in the world." A few meters away, another family stood watching. Lionel Messi, dressed casually but unmistakably elegant, walked along the shore with his son. Behind them, expensive watches caught the sunlight, and a private security team waited near luxury vehicles parked by the road. Messi's son held a shiny, high-end toy car in his hands, remote-controlled, detailed, flawless. As they passed by, Messi's son slowed down and looked at the sand car. A small laugh escaped his lips. "That's not a real car," he said innocently, yet sharply. "Mine is real. It cost a lot." Messi chuckled softly, placing a hand on his son's shoulder. "Some people play small games," he said calmly. "Others can afford better things." The words weren't loud, but they were heavy. Ronaldo heard them clearly. His hands froze for a moment in the sand. His son looked up at him, confused, the joy in his eyes dimming just a little. Ronaldo stood up slowly. He didn't argue. He didn't glare. He simply brushed the sand off his hands and knelt back down beside his son. "Come," he said gently. "Let's finish our car." But inside him, something stirred. Not anger, at least not the kind that explodes, but a deep ache. An ache every parent feels when they see their child hurt, even in the smallest way. The beach that once felt peaceful now felt heavy with unspoken words. That night, the ocean slept under the moonlight. The city lights shimmered in the distance, and silence ruled the streets. High on a hill stood a luxurious mansion, glass walls, marble floors, and a sense of untouchable wealth. Inside, everything sparkled. This was Messi's world away from the pitch. Cristiano Ronaldo stood outside the gates, hidden by shadows. He wasn't dressed like a superstar now. No designer clothes. No fame. Just a father carrying a storm of emotions in his chest. He had replayed the scene on the beach over and over in his mind. The laugh. The words. His son's quiet face. The gates were unlocked, carelessness born from privilege. Ronaldo slipped inside, his heart pounding. He wasn't there to hurt anyone. He wasn't there to destroy. But he wasn't entirely sure why he was there either. As he moved through the garden, a low growl cut through the silence. A massive black dog stepped forward, muscles tense, eyes glowing in the dark. It was trained to protect, to attack, to show no mercy. Ronaldo stopped immediately. Any sudden move could be fatal. The dog lunged forward, teeth bared. Instinct screamed at him to fight or run, but Ronaldo did something unexpected. He dropped to one knee, slowly lowering his hands. His voice softened, steady and calm. "Easy," he whispered. "I'm not here to hurt anyone." The dog hesitated. Ronaldo reached into his pocket and pulled out a small piece of food he had brought unknowingly, left over from earlier that day. He placed it gently on the ground and pushed it forward. The dog sniffed the air, then the food, its growl fading into silence. Minutes felt like hours. Finally, the dog sat down. Ronaldo exhaled deeply. He reached out and gently touched the dog's head. It didn't resist. Instead, it leaned into his hand, its tail slowly wagging. Strength met kindness, and kindness won. Inside the mansion, everything was quiet. The walls were decorated with trophies, photos, and symbols of success. Ronaldo walked past them without stopping. He didn't envy them. He had his own. This wasn't about football. This wasn't about being the best. In a brightly lit room, he saw it. The toy car. It sat on a shelf, polished, expensive, untouched. The same car that had made his son feel small on the beach. Ronaldo picked it up carefully. It felt cold in his hands, heavier than it should have been, not because of its weight, but because of what it represented. For a moment, he thought of leaving money behind. He thought of writing a note. He thought of 100 different ways this could be seen as revenge. But revenge wasn't why he was there. He placed the car in his jacket and quietly left the mansion, the black dog watching him go, calm and silent. The next morning, the sun rose gently, just like the day before. Ronaldo's son sat on the balcony, playing quietly with sticks and stones. Ronaldo approached him, kneeling down. "I have something for you," he said. He pulled out the toy car. The boy's eyes widened. "For me?" "Yes," Ronaldo replied. "But remember, this doesn't make you better than anyone. What matters is how you treat others." The child hugged his father tightly, joy overflowing. "Thank you, Papa." Ronaldo held him close, closing his eyes. In that moment, he realized something powerful. True greatness wasn't about wealth, trophies, or proving someone wrong. It was about protecting a child's heart without breaking your own values. Somewhere else in the city, Messi noticed the missing toy. Confused, he asked his son about it. The boy shrugged. "Maybe it wasn't that important," he said quietly. And maybe, in that silence, a lesson was learned too. Because in the end, the strongest revenge is not humiliation or harm, but kindness that shakes the soul, and humility that outshines pride.